Hey guys, welcome to another episode of DevTalks with your host Travian. In this video, we're talking about Apple running into some competition now. Now, this might get spicy because Apple just did their whole event last week, or the other week. Yeah, last week. Um, uh, Basically showing off their new Apple Watches, their new AirPods, their new iPhones, and all of that. And I did a review on that on my personal channel. If you guys want to go take a look, it is linked over there. I'll link it in the description. I thought it was really good. And I'm going to be dropping way more content on that channel soon. I have a lot planned I want to talk about. And we have a lot of videos dropping on this channel also. So before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help for the algorithm. And don't forget to share with all your family or friends because we're going to learn together, and this is what this channel is about. So let's figure out what's going on with Apple.
And Huawei preparing to take on Apple with a strategic product launch set for September 10th at 2:30 p.m. Beijing time. Yes, you guessed that right. The reveal comes just hours after Apple's highly anticipated iPhone 16 event. This move signals Huawei's intent to directly challenge its US rival on the global stage. The exact nature of Huawei's new product remains unclear. However, the company described it as a consumer product that others have thought of but could not create. It is hinted that this innovation, backed by 5 years of research and development, has turned science fiction into reality. Huawei's aggressive comeback is particularly significant given the company's recent history. Once the world's top smartphone maker, Huawei's handset business was severely impacted by US sanctions, which cut it off from critical semiconductor supplies. Despite these challenges, Huawei surprised the industry last year with a new smartphone featuring advanced technology. Huawei's resurgence is shaking up the smartphone market, especially in China. In the second quarter of 2024, Huawei saw a 41% year-on-year increase in smartphone shipments in China, the fastest growth among the top 5 brands. Meanwhile, Apple's market share in China declined, with the iPhone maker losing its spot among the top 5 smartphone vendors in the country. Huawei's upcoming launch could further disrupt Apple's dominance in one of the world's largest smartphone markets. By timing its event just hours after Apple's, Huawei is clearly aiming to steal some of the spotlight from its rival. As the tech world watches closely, the competition between these two giants is set to intensify, with consumers and analysts alike eager to see what Huawei has up its sleeve. Whether this new product can live up to the hype remains to be seen, but it's clear that Huawei is once again positioning itself as a formidable player in the global tech arena.
Now, why is this important? I think this is important because if we think about what Apple really is, and Apple's been trying to, as they said, get into China. It used to be a top 5 phone, the iPhone, in China, and it no longer is because of this Chinese phone company. But this shows how Apple is performing on a global spectrum. And in the US, this may not be important because you look at the phones that we use in the US right now. What are the most popular ones that we use? We have iPhones, which is clearly one of the most favorite. You have different types of Androids, like this, anything of the Samsung ones. We have some of the Microsoft phones as well too. But this shows it on how they're struggling in a global aspect, and they did an event right after Apple finished theirs to try to take some of the hype and everything, which is actually kind of crazy. I wonder how successful that really was for them on a whole aspect. But if they're showing this tension between in other countries and everything, I think Apple's normally probably going to be good with their iPhones in probably Europe and what do you call it? Europe and America. I don't know how Apple performs in other countries. I don't live in those countries. I haven't been there. Um, but I'm assuming that this is a big thing over in Asia, and you, I'm sure Apple wants to include themselves further and get more market share in there and help the company perform. And if you're investing in Apple, this is going to also play a factor in your investments. So them showing this, I don't know what the actual new product is that Huawei, I don't know how to be 100% on how to pronounce that company name, but yeah, they showed their new products and things. And the thing is with I don't like, and I went over this in my personal channel video, I don't like the Apple event that just happened because it just, here's our new iPhone, here's a new watch, new AirPod updates, and it's the same thing every year, pretty much. They show you the new colors that the new phone comes in, and then they go into how some of the products from WWDC are used in these new items. Now, how they go into further detail for that, I like that, but sometimes it can get kind of stale. I go on a whole deep rant on this in a little quick video that's on my personal channel. And like I said, I'm going to link it down below. But yeah, they basically make the same products as Apple. I don't see any AR headset stuff, but at the same time, Apple didn't give us really much Vision Pro updates in this event that just happened. They did in WWDC. They gave us a little bit, but yeah, they just released pretty much kind of the same products. And whereas I've never used any of these products, and they did say that they're struggling with semiconductor stuff and things, but hey, Apple might have a little fight on their hands that they can't get to, and I wonder. I'm really curious how it's going to affect them in the long run, especially with them trying to get out of there. They just said they got knocked out of the top five. So, without further ado, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Apple is in trouble as far as their global aspect, not the U.S.? I just want to make that clear. I don't think they're worrying about the U.S. and them coming in here to sell phones in U.S. and all of that stuff. I'm just talking about as far as the global aspect, because I've been hearing a lot of news of Apple trying to spread their outreach even further around the world. If you think Apple's going to struggle against this tech battle that they're facing with these other companies, then let me know down below. And if you think they're not going to struggle, you can let me know too. If you don't agree, I think they're going to be struggling a lot actually at the end of the day when it comes to it, but we'll see how time goes on. If these companies can keep up with production and things like that, we'll see how that all goes. But without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down, and share it with your friends and family. Helps out. See you in the next video. Peace. See you next time.